All right, friend, pull up a chair in the garden. This one matters. The cardboard composting secret that boosts harvest 40% faster. No bin, no fuss. Most gardeners think composting has to be complicated. Bins, turning schedules, ratios that sound like chemistry homework, and that one pile in the corner nobody wants to admit smells weird. I used to believe that too. Then I stumbled onto a cardboard-based composting method that quietly changed everything at Rootshaven Grounds. No bin, no turning, no measuring, and somehow healthier soil, stronger plants, and noticeably faster harvests. This isn't hype. It's biology doing what it's always done, just with cardboard as the catalyst. Let me show you exactly how this works, why it's so effective, and how you can start using it today without buying a single extra tool. Why does cardboard work where traditional composting struggles? Well, cardboard is pure, slow-burning carbon. Not the flashy kind like straw that disappears in just a few weeks, but a steady, dependable carbon source that, feeds soil life for months. When you lay cardboard directly on the soil, something powerful happens. You're actually creating a protected underground buffet for fungi, worms, bacteria, and all those hardworking microbes. These organisms don't really want a hot, flipped pile. They want moisture, darkness, and food that breaks down gradually. Cardboard provides all three. Unlike compost bins that isolate decomposition from your beds, cardboard composting happens exactly where you want the results. Nutrients don't get finished and moved later. They're released directly into the root zone, exactly when your plants need them. That's where the speed comes from. Here's the part most people miss. Cardboard doesn't just feed microbes. It invites fungi. Fungal networks, especially mycorrhizal fungi, attached to plant roots extends their reach underground. When cardboard breaks down, fungi use it as a scaffold, spreading through your soil like underground internet cables. Plants connected to these networks absorb water and nutrients faster, resist stress better, and grow more evenly. That's why gardens using this method often show explosive early growth and earlier harvests. You're not fertilizing harder. You're upgrading the soil's communication system. No bin, no fuss. Here's how cardboard composting actually works. This isn't just a pile, it's a layer system. Start with plain cardboard. No glossy print, no heavy inks, and definitely no tape. Boxes from grocery stores, appliance packaging, or shipping boxes are honestly perfect. Tear them up or leave them whole. It really doesn't matter much. Go ahead and lay the cardboard directly on the soil where you want to grow. Be sure to overlap the edges just a bit so weeds don't sneak through. Then soak it thoroughly. Dry cardboard, really resists decomposition, but wet cardboard, well, that welcomes life. Once it's soaked, start layering organic material on top. You can use kitchen scraps, chopped weeds, grass clippings, leaf litter, manure, old compost, whatever you have on hand. This isn't about perfection, honestly. It's about diversity. Finish up with a light soil or mulch covering to help keep the moisture in. Then just walk away. No turning, no temperature monitoring. Seriously, the soil does the rest. Why does this method beat traditional composting for busy gardeners? Well, traditional composting asks for your time and attention, but cardboard composting just asks for your trust. Because decomposition happens slowly and steadily, nutrients are released over time instead of all at once. That means you get fewer nutrient spikes and fewer deficiencies, so your plants grow consistently instead of surging and stalling. Another advantage is moisture retention. Cardboard acts like a sponge underground, holding water during dry periods and reducing evaporation. Gardens using this method often need less frequent watering, especially in hot seasons. And let's talk about weeds. Cardboard blocks light completely. Existing weeds die off, seeds fail to germinate, and you spend less time pulling and more time harvesting. That alone is worth the effort. The 40% faster harvest effect. What's really happening here? When people hear 40% faster harvest, they assume some miracle input. But honestly, the truth is more subtle and, well, even more powerful. Cardboard composting, really improves soil structure quickly. Roots encounter less compaction, there's better airflow, and moisture stays more consistent. Microbes are able to convert nutrients efficiently instead of just letting them leach away. So plants spend less energy struggling and more energy producing. This all results in faster establishment, earlier flowering, and, well, quicker fruit set. Tomatoes set earlier, greens bulk up faster, and root crops can expand without resistance. It's not that plants grow like unnaturally fast, they just grow uninterrupted. And honestly, that's the difference. So let's talk about the best crops for cardboard composting beds. Leafy greens absolutely thrive with this method. Lettuce, kale, spinach, and chard, they just love the consistent moisture and nutrient release. Tomatoes, peppers, and eggplants respond with stronger stems and better early growth, especially when cardboard composting is started a few weeks before planting. Root crops benefit once the cardboard begins breaking down. Carrots, beets, and sweet potatoes grow straighter and fuller because the soil underneath stays loose and biologically active. And, perennials love this too. Fruit trees, berry bushes, and herbs establish faster when cardboard is used as a base layer around their root zones. Now, let's go over some common mistakes that can really slow everything down. The biggest mistake is using dry cardboard and just walking away. Moisture is non-negotiable. If the cardboard dries out completely, decomposition stalls. Another mistake is using too many high nitrogen materials at once. While balance isn't super critical, dumping massive amounts of fresh kitchen waste can cause odor issues. So spread things out, mix with dry leaves or straw, and you'll avoid problems. Also, patience really matters here. This isn't instant compost, it's slow-release soil building. The real magic happens over weeks, not days. So let me share how I use this method at Rootshaven Grounds. Here, cardboard composting isn't just a side trick, it's really the foundation. Whenever I'm starting new beds, I always lay cardboard first, feed it generously, and then plant directly into it once that top layer settles. For established beds, I like to use cardboard between seasons to reset soil biology, all without disturbing the roots or the structure. Honestly, I've watched tired soil come back to life this way. Earthworms multiply, moisture sticks around longer, harvests become predictable instead of hit or miss. And the best part? It actually fits real life. There are no fancy setups, no expensive inputs, just observation, patience, and a whole lot of trust in soil systems that are older than agriculture itself. Now, why is this method perfect for beginners and veterans alike? Well, if you're new to gardening, cardboard composting really removes so much complexity. You don't need to understand ratios or mess with equipment. All you need is cardboard, some organic matter, and water. And if you're more experienced, this method actually deepens soil health without undoing years of work. It enhances what's already there instead of replacing it. Either way, it scales beautifully from balcony beds to full gardens. So just a few final thoughts. Let the soil do the heavy lifting. Gardening doesn't have to feel like constant effort. When we align with natural processes, things get easier, not harder. Cardboard composting works because it feeds life where life actually lives, in the soil. It turns waste into structure, problems into solutions, and ordinary gardens into resilient systems. If you haven't tried it yet, really, this is your sign. And if you're already using it, maybe try refining it. Observe it. Trust it. If you found this helpful and want more practical, soil-first strategies like this, make sure you subscribe to Rootshaven Grounds, share this article with a fellow gardener, and just keep growing with us. The soil remembers what we give it, and it always pays us back.